Join us each Saturday for Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tracy's Week in Review. I am Tracy, and I only have one little itty bitty bill to pay today, I think. Hit that subscribe button. Subscribing helps this channel to grow. Subscribing literally costs you nothing. Free to do. I would greatly appreciate it. Our goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers. And so that's the only announcement I have so far. I literally just got set up like 2 minutes ago. So that's why I'm about a minute behind. Sorry, I'm sitting on something and I got to get it from under me. Hold on a second, guys. Sorry about this. So for some reason, I'm sitting on my phone. I don't get that. Anyway, hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you tell 5 people about the shows that I do. Not too much to talk about. I got one more announcement here I'm putting in the comment section just so we can remember it. I don't see my normal crew here, so maybe I'll keep it. Support me on Patreon. Patreon support starts at $2 a month. That helps me. I have a little better light. It costs me quite a bit, and I need help recovering from that. So your support on Patreon always helps with that. And I'm gonna take this and do some adjustment here. I'm sorry, this hair is getting in my face, so I'm like, okay, hold on a second here. Sorry, guys, but I'm like, okay, this is really getting on my nerves here. So this show, I don't expect to be long, because thank goodness, like unlike last week where I just had like stuff to talk about, it didn't seem to me like I had a lot this week to talk about. So I'm just gonna I don't have a set topic. There we go. I don't have a set topic. So if you're out there, you're watching, put something in there, I'd be glad to talk about it. I hope everybody's doing well. Kind of to give you an update. There's a lot of behind the scenes changes that are happening that I am trying to get done for 2026. I cannot believe this is August, but I'm going to try to talk about Chris Smalls, the activist, being back in the United States. That may be like the only serious thing I talk. No, I want to talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene and how I find that whole situation ironic. And of course, because we start off every show the same way, let's see. Let me tell you how many days, because this is getting closer and closer and closer and closer. Let's see. Hold on a second here. I'll tell you all here in just a moment. Guys, there is only 31 days to go until the NFL football kicks off. Yep, that's where I'm starting. Blah, blah, blah. We made it, guys. We made it to preseason football. It came on July the 31st. It was so good to see preseason. It was like when I watched football Thursday, I cried. I'm going to be real honest about it. I literally cried because it was like I made it. I made it through stupid basketball, stupid race car driving, stupid tennis, stupid soccer, stupid baseball. Like I made it through all of that junk. And I'm finally at the point where the real sport is coming back. We will have football until February. It's here, y'all. We made it. We made it to football season. I am so happy. College football kicks off August the 23rd. I still haven't made up my mind whether to do like a kickoff show on the 4th because I think I'm going to be so hyped up. Because, like I said, it seems like this year, uh, let's see, somebody checked in. Hey, Tracy, can't stay to watch, but it's good to see you. Hit them likes and subscribes, people. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate you checking in. We made it. I just want to sing that song, We Made It, because we made it. We made it to football season. There will be football on every week until February. That is so significant. And for me, December 22nd is a big day because um, the 49ers, my team, will be coming to Indiana to play the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. Got my ticket, ready to go. Monday Night Football. I got something to look forward to. But it was just so good to see the game, right? It was like, okay, that's the quarterback throwing passes. Oh, they did a running play. Oh, they did a sneak play. Oh, look, the referee's calling something. It was just so good to see it after just what I think is a long postseason. And it's the normal, but for some reason, this iteration, it felt like it was longer. It felt like it was longer, and I don't know why, but we made it, guys. We made it. We made it to the point to where we can talk. I can sit here. Well, I won't be on this show because y'all know this show goes away the 31st also, right? Y'all do know that. You know this show, Tracy's Week in Review, goes away the 31st. I only started this show because football was gone, and I'm like, hey, I don't know what to do with myself because I'm so used to watching the game. What the heck am I going to do? I know I'll get a podcast. Well, I did, but August the 31st is the last day of this podcast until February of 2026, and we'll come right back. But guys, I keep saying it, but we made it. We did it. We are at the point where I can start talking about the game and start talking about who's matching up. I can. It's here. It's here. It is not a joke. I was so excited to watch the game. Usually for preseason games, I only watch like the first half and then I just tune out. This time I watched the whole thing. I watched from the first quarter to the fourth quarter, and I normally won't do that preseason because preseason, let's be real, it doesn't mean anything, right? You could go 4-0 or undefeated in the preseason and then turn around and lose every season game. That's what the Detroit Lions did. By the way, they went undefeated in the preseason and then turned around and lost every game they had. It can happen. So preseason, it really doesn't mean anything. It literally means that what teams are doing is they're cutting their rosters, right? They're seeing who's going to make the team, who's not going to make the team. Now, the superstar people, they're not getting rid of, right? They're Brock Purdy's and George Kittle. They're not going nowhere, but they want to see, that first team. They're not getting cut. The second and third teams, they want to see, is a third tier player ready to move up to the second tier or second team? And for the second team, are they ready to be a primetime player? That's what preseason is for, right? It's for the coaches to make an evaluation. I didn't care. I watched it. And usually, like, the superstars, they won't even play, and which they didn't in this game. I believe it was, and I refuse to call them Los Angeles. The San Diego Chargers, that's what I'm calling them, played the Detroit Lions. So Goff, he didn't play, and dang on it, I can't think of the quarterback for the Chargers anyway. I'm like, I think it's Herbert. Pretty sure it's Herbert. Might be Herbert, but he didn't play either. So you never, your first team in the preseason never plays. Never. They might play a little bit in the fourth quarter, but that's like not going to happen. So usually they'll take their reps during practice, right? They'll show up to practice, they'll run through some plays and blah, 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 but they won't actually play. It's usually in terms of quarterback to see who's going to be like, not the backup, because the backup is pretty standard, but to see who's going to have that number 2 slot. So again, first team is already settled, but what they're trying to do is figure out who's going to be like the backups, who's going to be our replacement in case something bad happens, right? It was just really good to see football. Yes, I had to sit through Chris Collinsworth annoying commentary, annoys me to the uttermost, but you know what? I didn't care. It was like I was just watching something that made me feel good for like 2 hours. That game was, the game was like 2 hours and 42 minutes. Watch the whole thing. Didn't watch the Hall of Fame induction ceremony, so I might watch that this weekend. The next preseason game is going to come on. There's a whole bunch of them. Let's see. I'm coming, guys. I'm coming. Okay, so there will be a game on this. Either the games will be on Saturday. Well, I don't know why they did this. It'll be either on Thursday or Saturday. So on Thursday the 7th, which is 4 days away, we got, I might as well just scratch my TV watching schedule because the Colts play the Baltimore Ravens at 7. At 7:30, the Cincinnati Bengals play the Philadelphia Eagles. At 10 o'clock on the NFL Network, the Oakland, and yes, I still call them Oakland, Raiders play the Seattle Seahawks. Then Friday the 8th, the Detroit Lions play the Atlanta Falcons. The Cleveland Browns play the Carolina Panthers at 7. Then at 7:30, the Washington Commanders play the New England Patriots. Then on Saturday, this is where it's going to get, I can't believe this Saturday schedule. At 1, you have the New York Giants versus the Buffalo Bills. Then you have the Houston Texans versus the Minnesota Vikings at 4. At 7, you had the Pittsburgh Steelers playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. Then you have the Dallas Cowboys playing the Los Angeles Rams, at 7. Tennessee plays Tampa Bay at 7:30. At 8 o'clock, Kansas City plays Arizona. At 8 o'clock, also on the NFL Network, the Jets play the Green Bay Packers. Then at 8:30, Denver plays San Francisco, so you know I'm gonna be on that game if they play it on the NFL Network. I'm hoping. Then there's a Sunday. There's a game on. There's 2 games on Sunday on the NFL Network. There is the Miami Dolphins play the Chicago Bears, and the New Orleans. And that's at 1, and then at 4, the New Orleans Saints play and I'm gonna keep calling them this, the San Diego Chargers. So there's a lot of football coming on tonight. Tonight. I wish. There's a lot of um preseason football coming on. I'm looking at week 2 just to kind of. And there's only 3 weeks of preseason football, which is good. We don't need 4 weeks of that. And just one more. So I said there were 4 games. I forgot that because now there are 17 games. They took away one of the preseason games. So now it's only 3 weeks of preseason as opposed to 4. Again, the season starts September the 4th. Dallas Cowboys play the Philadelphia Eagles. That's going to be in prime time at 8 o'clock. Yes, now I know the time. So just excited to talk about that. And the best sport is back. And I'm here for it. I'm just super duper excited. So let me know what you all are out there thinking. I do want to talk about basically, and like I said, I don't expect this to be a long show, because I just don't. But I do want to talk about, to be more serious, I do want to talk about Chris Smalls being freed. I hope I know I got his name right, but I'm just so he and a group of people went to if I could get this right. Let's see. Hold on here just a moment. Yeah. Yeah, how can I say this? So Chris Smalls and another group of activists went to Israel to provide, no, sorry, they went to Gaza to provide humanitarian aid. He was captured and abused by the IDF. He went on a hunger strike, and finally he's back um, in the United States. And what I want to talk about is the larger context, because there are some people that say, there's nothing that the administration, this administration, or the past administration could do to stop Israel from food blockages. And I call that crap. You could set some sort of expectation of, if you block humanitarian aid, and trust me, I don't like this option I'm about to say, so please miss me with the concern. But you could say, hey, we're going to cut back. We should be cutting weapons anyway. We should be not sending money for military action. But you can use something. You can use, what did LBJ call it? A big stick, speak loudly, or something he said. Use the tools that you have. It amazes me that so many politicians are speaking out about this, but none of them are calling Israel out on it per se. Oh, it's terrible, without saying how to really end this, right? The way to really end this would be for Israel to end the occupation. Um, the way to end this would be for Israel to allow the food to go into Gaza and not shoot and kill people when they're trying to access for food. The fact that this heretical, oh, might be still hard, I can't believe they're doing this, how could they do this, this is terrible, the children, when you're not doing anything to stop the country that is causing the children to suffer, makes no sense to me. You had Corey put on a show booker that talks 25 minutes, but still finds time to have his picture taken with Netanyahu talking about we need to get aid to the Gazans. And we do. But you're not calling out the country that is bombing them and cutting off electricity to hospitals and putting children under rubble. I'm supposed to believe that you care. I'm supposed to believe this. And it's people fall for this. And I wish people would stop falling for this, right? I wish that we would wake up and see these politicians for who they are. I wish I could play his speech, um, his other long one that he just recently did, but yeah, I know YouTube doesn't like me, so I can't play it. It doesn't just concern me, it upsets me that we aren't calling our legislators to say, we want this to stop. We want funding to Russia to stop. Oh my goodness. We want funding to Israel to stop, right? No more wars, no more proxy wars, no more military actions, no more. But we keep electing these politicians who know all we got to do is say, well, get aid to the children. The children. Because if they talk about just aid to the children without blaming Israel for the fact that the children need aid, that makes AIPAC happy, right? That's AIPAC being satisfied. I wouldn't be surprised if AIPAC is telling them to do these um, responses, right? I am going to try to find something here to share because I hope I can share this. Okay. Nope. Uh-huh. Okay. I'm trying to find this tweet that he put out. And I don't want to go to X. Oh, here it is. I'll just read it. This is 4 days ago. So left and right, Republicans and Democrats, Americans agree the starvation in Gaza is unacceptable. You can defeat, then listen to this. I want y'all to listen to this. You can defeat the Hamas terrorists and feed hungry children. You can do the urgent work of fighting to release the hostages and feed pregnant women. You can ensure the security for Israel. You can ensure security for Israel and achieve a just and lasting peace for everyone in the region. In no way are those goals at odds. In fact, they are inexplicably linked. Notice how he just says defeat Hamas. And I'm not sitting here saying I'm pro Hamas. I am not. But he's leaving off something. This is Israel's doing, right? Hamas isn't shooting Palestinians for getting food. Hamas isn't cutting off electricity to NICU units. Hamas isn't killing hundreds of thousands, perhaps, of people through starvation. Just leave Israel out of this. Just talk about Hamas. Now, is Hamas terrible? Absolutely. Nobody is condemning Hamas. I'm not sitting here saying, yeah, Hamas. No, I'm not doing that. And I would not do that. But to leave it, he carefully worded it just enough for AIPAC to be safe to give them money. He was just careful enough just to say, no, we need to secure Israel. Can't Israel secure themselves? I mean, they need us. I mean, I remember Netanyahu saying at a point they didn't need U.S. intervention. So I say stop giving him money. If he complains, it's like, hey, you said that you didn't need U.S. intervention, so we're saving our money, right? And it just makes me scratch my head because I'm like, how stupid do you think I am? Like, you think I'm gonna buy this? You think I'm just gonna be like, yup, that makes sense to me. Secure Israel. Um, I'm just not sure. Well, why any of us let our elected, and certainly I don't live in New Jersey, so I can't figure out why they're voting for this guy in the first place. Let me tell you how much money he takes, though. Let me tell you how much money. Okay. And this is just a Google search I'm doing, right? APEC. Okay. There is a site called TRACYMedia.com. And this goes by state. I'm curious. I'm just going to swing by Indiana. Look at all the. And they got California on lock. Okay, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida. Let's look at Georgia. Um, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois. Next state up. I just want to see Indiana. The boy might shock. So we got Todd Young, Jim Banks, Frank Marvin, Rudy Yankum, Marlon Stutzman, Jim Bard, Virginia Spratt, Jefferson Shreve, who ran for mayor. Um, Andre Carson doesn't take any money, so he's good on that. Mark Messmer, and Aaron Hoshin. I had to see Indiana, sorry, but I want to go down to New Jersey because I want to tell you all how much Booker is taking from groups. Mississippi, you know what? New Jersey, here we go. Here we go. So Cory Booker forgot this. So his total lobbying, no, $871,583. That is almost $872,000. And he's gonna, and that's why he put out that little the children are starving and we got to protect Israel and secure Israel. Notice nothing about securing Gaza, nothing about building Gaza up, nothing about making sure the Palestinians are housed. Nope, don't put anything about them. Make sure that AIPAC is good with you. Make sure you do what they say, right? Don't put anything about, the stolen property they have. Let's not even look at that. Let's just turn over here and make it all about the Hamas tax, right? Let's just forget that, yes, there were 1,500 Israelis that lost their lives. Yes, there are Israeli hostages, but there are also hostages that Israel has. Hence, Chris Smalls being beaten up by the IDF and going on a subsequential hunger strike. We have to keep these things in mind. When you hear a politician do something like that, start looking at how much money they're taking. Start looking at who's funding their campaign, because that's who they obey. They don't listen to you. They don't listen to you. They listen to their owner donors. And that's, I know there's not a whole bunch of us watching today, but I hope this, gets shared, and that people will understand that and share this message that, yes, they don't care about the Palestinians. They don't care about you. You could sit here and have a protest that says, stop the wars, no more weapons. And it could be 5 million people show up. They don't care, because you don't give them money like AIPAC does. You don't give them money like J Street does, and Big Pharma does, and Big whomever. To them, you don't matter. And it's time to remove people like this. It's time to remove legislators that do not want to legislate and just want to be AIPAC's puppets. We don't need that. We need people that don't care about AIPAC money or lobby money, period. It's interesting on this same website, though. They said Marjorie Taylor Greene doesn't support Israel because she's the next person I want to talk about. Let me go back up here to Georgia, because Georgia, let me see. Nope, that's Indiana. I just did Indiana. Is this Georgia? Nope. Georgia starts with a G. So we got John Ossoff, J Street endorsement. He takes, dang, Raphael Warnock gets $923,020. $28. I can't read that. Let me put my glasses on. Then John Ossoff gets $783,344. What are they doing with all this money? Some of these people are just yeah, this says the legislator has a poor legislative record on Israel-Palestine issues. Meaning she just called it a genocide. You sit down. I know, right? Because you're surprised like I am. Let me tell you what she did. Let's see. Let me see something here. Because when she's right about something and Bernie Sanders is wrong, some in the Kool-Aid ain't right. I can't. Wait a minute. No, I want to get her exact words, because I sit here flat-faced it. Genocide. Here we go. So we're gonna. So this is from the New York Times. I'm not gonna share it. I'm just gonna read just a bit of it. So Green calls Gaza crisis a genocide, hinting at rift on the right over Israel. Marjorie Taylor Greene was the first Republican and probably only Republican in Congress to use the term to describe the dire humanitarian situation in Gaza. But Others in MAGA movement have expressed growing concern about Israel. Representative Green of Georgia, uh, an avatar of MAGA politics on Capitol Hill this week, first Republican in Congress to describe the situation in Gaza as a genocide. And keep in mind this, Bernie Sanders still refuses to use the word genocide. Um, why is she making more sense than why is she making more sense than the Democrats? What why? Why am I sitting here like I don't have words to say. I don't have words to say. I'm sitting here just like and trust and believe I'm not on her fan page because she dropped the N-bomb on a couple people. She's abrasive. Um, she said outlandish things in the past about um, laser beams and all those kind of things. So I'm not on her side. But in this rare instance, if a clot being right at least twice a day, being a person, it would be Marjorie Taylor. How is she right on this? I would have suspected that she would have stayed right where the Trump administration wants her, but apparently Trump has uh, like gotten rid of her or something. She's not in favor like she used to be. Um, yeah, I can't. I cannot understand what's going on in this country that we call the United States. I can't. I can't understand it. I can't. I don't. My my logic is gone. My my my. I just don't have anything to say, guys. I'm checking my blood sugars because I want to make sure everything. Okay, so we're a good range because we were real low today. So um, just want to make sure I'm okay. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. And that's really got me concerned when somebody who I'm diametrically opposed to um, is having the same opinion I am. I don't know anymore. But guys, like I said, I just wanted to get on here because I wasn't gonna do a show today because I'm worn out. I finally got my car back, but I gotta take it back tomorrow. I know, long story, right? But so I was running like a billion um, errands. Started out at 10 o'clock, and I didn't get home until like 6. So between 10 and 6, I was just out, 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 out. Um, I worked on the website a little bit, not the Tracy Media one, but the other one. Um, I told you about some changes coming in 2026. I had said something on my other show that I want to make clear is, of course, this show, Tracy's Weekend Review, the last episode will be August the 31st. Football season is coming. I will not be trying to watch a game and be here too. I will just be watching the game. I know y'all gonna miss me. But there's other changes that are coming. So all December and I know I'm gonna keep reminding you guys of this, so don't feel like you got to take notes. Hold on. Let me get this calendar out. I don't believe I can't find it. I cannot believe this calendar. Okay, so our last date on the air, I said December 18th. That is a Thursday. I'm going to take that back and say Sunday, December the 14th will be my last podcast of 2025. I'm probably not going to do a New Year's Eve show again, um, because I just don't think I am. And then we'll come back January the 20, 20th with the Tracy show. We'll move to Tuesdays. And then the Justice is Here podcast will move to Thursdays. So keep that in mind. Big changes coming. We'll have a new commercial because it's a new year. So it's time for a new commercial and a little bit of updating and a little bit of tweaking. But just remember this, there is something that you can always do. Whether that's starting a soup kitchen, whether that's growing a community garden, whether that's organizing, whether that's running for office, whether that's volunteering at the library, there's something that you can always do. And I'm going to highly be encouraging people, especially in 2026, to be, well, now even, to do something about our situation. We can no longer afford to sit down and just watch things happen. We have to make things happen. Um, Thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, I knew this was going to be a short show, but I will be back next week. I will be back, and I promise I'll have a longer show. But I just wasn't feeling 100% today, so I'm like, but I will be back next week. I'll be back Saturday to do the Saturday show. Then Justice is Here podcast at 7. And then this show on Sunday. So I'm trying to think of what else I'm forgetting to say. I said I was going to have a t-shirt giveaway. I am not, because there's not enough people watching. So we're going to try this again next week and see, can we do it then. So remember to tell 5 people about Tracy Media. Share this podcast. Subscribe. Help us to get 75 um, likes and 45 shares. Thank you so much. I'm going to take myself down and take myself, oh, well, not a nap because it's almost bedtime, but have a great evening. Bye bye.